Monster infighting has been a staple of first-person shooters since Doom. In Half-Life, enemies belong to several factions that might fight each other. You might have seen Marines fighting aliens, Bullsquids eating headcrabs, and Bullsquids fighting other Bullsquids. But how does it even work? How many factions are there? Are Black Ops really hostile towards the Marines in base game? And which monsters can get eaten by a barnacle? When a monster decides how to respond to another entity, it first checks if the other entity is flagged as monster or player, and ignores it if it's not. This is important as some non-monster entities like the Xen tree return bad monster classes. It then calls its method relationship with the other monster as parameter to check its own relationship towards this monster. The default handler for the relationship method calls the method classify of both the calling monster and the other monster to get both monsters' classes. It then puts both classes as indexes into a table to get the relationship. The Headcrab, for example, will classify as alien prey, the Hound Eye as alien monster. These two classes have the relationship none. This means they won't attack each other. The player, meanwhile, will identify as, player, and the relationship between alien prey and player is dislike, so the Headcrab will attack the player. Keep in mind the relationship is not necessarily symmetrical. The Bullsquid will identify as alien predator, a class that sees alien prey like the Headcrabs as high priority target. Meanwhile the Headcrab will flee from alien predators like the Bullsquid. Also, sentry guns see the Headcrab as enemy, while the Headcrab itself is too stupid to see a machine as a threat. Possible relationships between monsters are ally, fear, no relationship, dislike, hate, and nemesis. The last three are hostile relationships of increasing priority. Note that the relationship nemesis does not appear in the table. Instead, some monsters implement their own relationship method that returns nemesis on specific other monsters. For example, the human grunt sees the alien grunt and the gargantua as nemesis, while the alien grunt sees the human grunt as nemesis. Classes are non, machine, player, human passive, human military, alien passive, alien monster, alien prey, alien predator, insect, player ally, player bioweapon, and alien bioweapon. There is also a barnacle class that has the numerical value of 99. This class is not used by the barnacle but by the Xen tree and Xen spore. The barnacle is just an alien monster. Note that using the number 99 as index into the relationship table might cause a segfault, as the indexes are only meant to go to 14. The good thing is that Xen trees and Xen spores aren't monsters, so they get never checked. There's also a vehicle class for the Counter-Strike tank that was ported back into Half-Life for the 25-year anniversary update, but the vehicle isn't a monster either, so it doesn't matter. Other stuff that isn't a monster, for example doors and buttons, return the class none. Of the proper monsters, only the G-Man returns this class. Of course, class none is a valid index. The class alien passive is actually not used. It seems to stem from the time when the Hound Eye was meant to be peaceful towards the player. For most monsters, the classify method returns just a constant. A monster can, however, classify as different things depending on the situation. Hornets classify as player bioweapon or alien bioweapon depending on whether they were fired from the player's hive hand or an alien grunt. Let's take a look at the table. The line is standing for the monster that is making the decision, and the column is standing for the other monster. The class non, where the G-Man is the only proper monster, doesn't interact with anything except that insects run away from it. The class machine contains both Black Mesa turrets, the sentry gun, and the Osprey helicopter. Machines dislike all Black Mesa personnel, all aliens, and all bioweapons. They notably do not fight the human military, even if lore-wise the Black Mesa turrets should. This has most likely gameplay reasons, as the sentry gun is often in the same room as the Marines. The classes Alien Predator, containing the Bullsquid, and Alien Prey, containing the Headcrab and the Baby Crab, will get attacked by machines but not fight back. This is likely because they are animals. However, the class alien monster that contains other animals like the hound-eye will fight back. As machines see bioweapons as enemy, they will shoot at the hornets fired from the hive end or an alien grunt. The player is, as expected, hostile towards all aliens, the military, machines and bioweapons. Of course, the player is never controlled by an AI. All these classes are also hostile towards the player. The human military and alien military hate him and see him as a higher priority target. Passive humans, which means Black Mesa scientists, are allies of the player and hostile towards machines, the military and all aliens. These classes also dislike them back. The class human military contains the Marines, the Black Ops and the Apache helicopter. Yes, this means Marines and Black Ops are on the same side in basic Half-Life, even if they fight each other in opposing force. They are hostile to Black Mesa personnel and aliens. They have an increased priority of fighting the player, Black Mesa security guards and alien military. The human grunts consider alien grunts and gargantuans as their nemesis. The class alien military contains the alien slave or Vortigon, the alien grunt and the alien controller, as well as the Nihilant himself. They dislike machines, Barney and scientists and hate the player and the human military. Alien grunts see human grunts as their nemesis. Passive alien is a class that no monster belongs to, but as already said, it was likely the class of the hound-eye when it was still peaceful. Passive aliens dislike no other class. They get disliked by machines, the player, player allies, player bioweapons and the human military. The class alien monster is used by the hound-eye, the barnacle, the zombie, the ichthyosaur, the tentacle, the gargantuan and the gonarch or big mama. They are hostile to Black Mesa personnel, machines and the human military. Note that barnacles can eat anything that this class is hostile to. These are human characters including the Black Ops assassin as well as helicopters and turrets. That the Gargantua is an alien monster and not part of the alien military hints it isn't a walking tank for Nihilant's forces but more of a wild animal. The alien prey class contains the headcrab and the baby crab. It dislikes Black Mesa personnel and the human military and runs away from alien predators. The class alien predator is used by the bullsquid. It sees alien prey as high priority target, most likely to eat it. Both alien prey and alien predator get attacked by machines but don't fight back. Alien predators are hostile to other alien predators. That's why you sometimes see bullsquids fighting with each other. The insect class is used by the cockroaches and the rat. Also leeches classify as insects but they attack the player anyway using a custom relationship function. Insects do not fight anything. They do however flee from most monsters including the G-Men. For some reason they don't flee from the alien military. Player ally is the class from Barney the security guard. He fights aliens, the human military and machines. The human military hates him. In opposing force this class gets expanded by Otis the security guard, who has a Desert Eagle and likes donuts. Player bioweapon is the class of hornets fired from the player's hive hand. Hornets fired by an alien grunt are considered alien bioweapons. Snarks not currently chasing something are also considered alien bioweapons. However, if they are chasing the player, a scientist or a human grunt, they identify as alien military to make sure Barneys and human grunts fight against them. There's also the entity Funk Tank and its variation, the laser tank, mortar tank or rocket tank. This entity is used for tanks, snipers, stationary machine guns and some Xen turrets. It does not use the relationship method, instead it just attacks the player. Opposing Force adds two new classes, Human Military Ally and Race X. You might expect all new aliens, except of course the new zombies, being Race X, but in fact they are not. Race X is only the class of the Shock Trooper. The Race X class is almost identical to Alien Military, it was probably just copied. The only difference is that they are hostile towards bioweapons. However, Shock Troopers consider alien grunts and gargantuan as their nemesis, because their code was most likely copied over from the human grunt. The shock roach they drop is alien prey, and the pit drone is considered an alien predator. A pit drone's relationship function returns ally on another pit drone, so they don't fight each other like the Bullsquids do. They do fight Bullsquids, however. The pit worm that appears as a boss is considered alien military, however some older unused variant of him is considered an alien monster. The Barney zombie and human grunt zombie are both alien monsters like the old zombie, as is the gnome, which is a more evolved zombie. The Voltigor and the baby Voltigor are both alien military. The final boss, the Gene Worm, is an alien monster. The new Black Ops unit are all human military, which is still considered hostile towards the player. In fact, if you spawn the grunts from Half-Life, they are hostile towards you too, so it can be considered human military stands for Black Ops in opposing force. The friendly Marines use the class Human Military Ally. Surprisingly, these are still hostile towards Black Mesa personnel, only friendly towards the player, so they would fight scientists and Barney, and Otis. The clean suit scientist is a passive human like the other scientist. The loader robot that appears in a puzzle is considered a player ally. It is of course no real character, however in this game it is its own entity. In Half-Life the robot is not a proper entity but a monster generic, similar to Gus the forklift driver. Did I forget something? Well, the exploding penguin from opposing force multiplayer behaves mostly like a snark, it explodes only to more damage. And Dr. Rosenberg from Blue Shift is mostly a normal scientist. The bloater, a cut enemy from a base game that has actual code, is an alien monster. Various other cut monsters, like a friendly construction worker or not so friendly Mr. Friendly, have no code, so they have no faction. The jump toad that appears as monster generic in Blue Shift also has no code. Some fan mods may implement it as a variant of the snark or the headcrab. The Manta Ray that acts as final boss in Decay is an alien monster, while the Manta Ray that Freeman rides in Interloper is a brush entity. True Manta drivers wear sunglasses in a parking garage. As Final Thought, remember snarks and hornets count as living creatures, so they can activate various triggers, like the Xen Teleporter in the Lambda Complex or the mines in Surface Tension. The hornets can also use up Nihilan's teleportation attacks.
Do you know who ate all the donuts?
Don't ask me.
As I expected.